we are Dare to Begin Life Coaching. Thank you so much. A privilege for you to tune in. Really appreciate it. Today we're going to look at the two gifts that we're given at birth. Okay, the first one is life. And in this life, we've got two roads that we can travel. We can choose the easy road, where everyone travels, or the road that is less traveled. So there are two ways we can go. Now, let's go into more detail about these two roads. The road that is less traveled is where we have to really develop ourselves. We have to take responsibility for life, and we really have to struggle, but it's the road about being proper and right. And in this road, we learn to trust. We learn to trust ourselves, and we also, when we trust ourselves, we will trust ourselves to make the right decisions in life, to live a life of integrity and honesty and respect and love, and the list continues. When we're born, I believe that all of us, we're born with core values. And during our life, it's a life of finding out what our core values are. I've got an exercise in the book, Enough is Enough, A Helpful Guide to Managing Addictions, that helps you find your core values. But basically, when you find your core values, you're able to do work along those core values and find a more fulfilled life. The upward journey of becoming better versions of ourselves are about setting goals that are proper and right, that benefit all. But along the path, you have to anticipate roadblocks. There will be obstructions along that road, and just prepare for them. But when you are able to think about your future, dream about your future, and anticipate if and how and what resources you need, you will live a more fulfilled life, even though it's not easy, it's not fun, and it's not comfortable. Now, the second path is the downward spiral. And this is where all the temptations of this world will come and bring you down. It will tempt you. Like, there's so many people that are addicted to alcohol, to porn, to the internet, to drugs, even to work, to eating. So in this downward strut and on this downward road, we might fall into our addictions. And through those addictions, we lose control of ourselves. We don't take on responsibilities, which makes us painful for other people. Like we humiliate ourselves, and people have to take on our responsibilities, and we become a burden. We become a burden to other people. And we lose that connection to the higher self. We lose the love connection. Now, through life, through the struggle in life, Brené Brown talks about trust. And trust is a huge concept. And so when we learn to trust ourselves, then we can trust others. And trust, I think, is the foundation for a good life. But trust, as I said, is so big. So she's broken it down into 7 elements, which are measurable. The first one is boundaries. When you set boundaries, it's the most loving thing you can do. You can express yourself, your true self. You know what you want, and you know what other people want. And boundaries are not just like, boundaries also can be divided. Your physical boundaries, now with COVID, hugging and kissing each other. There's the sexual boundaries, the emotional boundaries, the intellectual boundaries, the time boundaries, the emotional boundaries. So there's so many boundaries. That's number one. The next one is reliability. Do you show up for your friends? Do you overcommit yourself? Do you overcommit yourself and make yourself not show up for yourself? Are you trying to are you trying to feel worthiness by hustling for it? Okay, so that's reliability. The next one is accountability. That is not being a free rider, being accountable to your workmates and them being accountable to you. Not expecting other people to do things for you. The next one is the vault. So we're talking BRAV. Now it's the vault. The vault is when somebody tells you a secret or you tell a secret to somebody, don't spread it. That's keeping it in the vault, keeping it in the safe. The next one is integrity. Integrity is choosing courage over comfort. So choosing to even stand alone if you have to, not being afraid to stand up for yourself, to stand in the wilderness for what you believe with. That trust inside of you becomes so strong that you're willing to stand up for what you believe in. And that also is practicing your core values, your being who you are, who you were born to be, and not choosing the fast, comfortable, easy road, really going for it and practicing your values. And the next one is non-judgmental. And that also means being non-judgmental to yourself. Like when you ask for help, don't judge yourself. Or when people ask for help from you, you don't judge them. And the last one is generosity, the G, which could be like assuming positive intent. That means when somebody might do something, just assume it positive. Like there was somebody that cut in front of me when I was driving. And instead of getting angry and beeping my horn, I just calmed down. And further up in the road, there was an accident and that person rushed there. So it must have been a relative of theirs or something, a friend of theirs. So you don't know what the other person's got on their plate. And so, yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, so by going down the downward spiral, it's like you're committing a slow suicide. You're not looking after yourself. You're degrading yourself. But by going up, which is the more difficult journey, you can become a much better version of yourself. And so the other gift that we are given at birth is free will, to choose what road we can go down or up. We can either choose to struggle and go up and become better versions of ourselves, or we can find an easy road, which is fun, and commit a slow suicide to ourselves and ruin the gift of life. Thank you so much for watching. This is Despina Nicola from Dare to Begin Life Coaching. And if you want to order my book, it's everywhere. It's on Amazon. It's on, quite a few places. And the other thing is, if you're interested in joining a group of really lovely people, you can come to Dare to Begin Life Coaching. We've got a Facebook group. Love you all. Bye.